Soft morning light filters through half-closed blinds. A man lies peacefully asleep, holding his dog close. Their breathing matches a heartbeat shared between souls. The world outside moves fast, but inside, time stands still. This bond wasn't just love, it was survival. Neighbors often whispered how inseparable they were. He rescued the dog once, but it ended up saving him countless times. Every night they slept like this, hearts touching, fear gone. Until one morning, only one heartbeat remained. The man's hand loosened, his soul faded silently. The dog didn't move, just pressed closer to his chest. Tears ran down its muzzle as if it understood loss. When rescuers came, they found a miracle waiting. The loyal friend had stayed, guarding him in eternal rest, but what happened next left doctors speechless. The dog's pulse vanished the moment they were pulled. Apart, it was as if their hearts refused to live separately. A love that crossed the boundary of life and death. This story isn't about tragedy, it's about eternal connection, because some souls are born to find each other forever, and even death can't break that bond. The sun rose gently over a quiet suburban home. Inside, a loyal dog slept beside his owner, unmoving. The air felt heavy, filled with silence instead of warmth. The man's arm rested across his best friend's fur. For years, they had slept like this. One soul, two bodies. Neighbors often said they could feel love from their window. This morning, though, something felt heartbreakingly different. The man didn't stir, didn't whisper his dog's name. The dog whimpered softly. Sensing something was wrong, he nudged his owner's hand, waiting for the familiar smile, but no breath. No heartbeat came in return. Tears pooled in the dog's eyes, his tail still. He pressed closer, hoping warmth would wake him. Minutes turned into hours, but he never moved. The dog's loyalty refused to accept the truth. He kept guarding, as if love could bring life back. Outside, the mailman knocked. No answer came. Only faint cries could be heard from inside the door. A bond so pure, even death couldn't break it. The man was gone, but his love stayed behind. In that room, silence spoke louder than any sound. The dog's heartbeat slowed, sinking to his master's stillness. That moment became a symbol of eternal devotion. The morning that never came, yet love never ended. Because true love doesn't stop breathing when hearts do. Years ago, he found the dog abandoned on a rainy night, cold, shivering, hungry, but still wagging his tail. The man wrapped him in his coat, whispering, "You're safe now." From that moment, they became each other's world. He named him Max, short for Miracle in Disguise. Max followed him everywhere, never letting him out of sight. When the man lost his job, Max stayed by his side. When he fell sick, Max refused to eat without him. Through every storm, they found peace in each other's eyes. People laughed, saying he loved that dog more than people. He always replied, "Because he never judged me once." Their house became small, but their love made it a home. Even hunger felt lighter when Max rested on his chest. He wasn't just a pet, he was the man's heartbeat. Together, they healed from the scars life left behind. Max's loyalty gave him strength to keep fighting. And every night, they promised never to leave each other. He'd whisper, "If I go, you'll follow my scent to heaven." They didn't know how true those words would become. Love like that doesn't fade. It fuses into eternity. When two broken souls find peace together, it's divine. Max was once saved by the man. Now he would return it. Because sometimes rescue works both ways. And sometimes love becomes the only medicine that heals. Even pain turns to peace when love writes the story. It started like any other peaceful morning. The man didn't wake, his chest unmoving. Max waited, then nudged his arm again and again. He barked softly, thinking it was just another dream, but the silence felt heavy, too heavy to bear. He ran circles around the bed, whining, confused. He licked the man's face, begging him to open his eyes. Nothing, only stillness, cold and final. His cries turned into echoes through empty walls. He lay beside him again, whimpering with sorrow. Neighbors heard the faint sound of a grieving soul. Hours passed. He never left his side. Not even hunger or thirst could move him away. Love had turned into a silent vigil. When help arrived, they found Max lying still, his head resting on his master's lifeless hand. Tears fell from rescuers who'd seen everything, but not this. Max's eyes were closed, as if guarding his dream. He refused to let go, even as they tried to lift him. It wasn't just death, it was devotion beyond reason. He waited, believing his master would breathe again. The bond that started in rescue ended in silence. A dog's loyalty became stronger than fear of death, and that house, once full of laughter, became a shrine. The world went silent, but love still spoke loudly. When paramedics entered, they were stunned by what they saw. A dog refusing to move from his master's arms. They gently tried to separate them. Max whimpered in protest. But as soon as they lifted him away, his body went limp. Doctors checked. No injuries, no illness, just heartbreak. Max's pulse faded the moment he was separated. It was as if his soul followed the man's instantly. No explanation, just pure, unbreakable love. Tears filled every eye in the room that day. They realized they were witnessing a love beyond human reach. Two lives intertwined, even in their final breath. Max didn't die. He simply followed where love led him. They were buried together, side by side, as always. The dog's paw rested gently over the man's heart. News spread across town. People couldn't believe it. The story touched hearts around the world. Scientists called it coincidence, but believers called it proof of soul connection. That day, two spirits left together hand in paw, and heaven gained the purest example of loyalty. Because sometimes death isn't the end, it's reunion. Levia writes its own miracles when hearts are true, and this one became a legend whispered through tears. Even angels paused to watch love take flight that day. Some stories don't end. They just move to another sky. Years later, people still visit their grave. Fresh flowers, dog collars, and handwritten letters cover the stone. Children whisper, "That's where the man and his dog sleep." Their story became a symbol of devotion and faith. Schools used it to teach kindness and compassion. Shelters named their rescue wings after Max. Others adopted pets in their honor. Love continued. Even strangers cried reading their tale online. The man who had nothing left the world everything. His dog taught millions what true love means. Not spoken, not promised, just lived every day. Because loyalty isn't a word, it's a heartbeat. And love isn't about time, it's about forever. Their bond proved souls can reunite in any world. When the wind blows, some say you can still hear them, a soft bark, a faint whisper of laughter. They live in hearts, not just memories. Their love turned pain into purpose for many. People learned, love doesn't die. It transforms. Max and his owner became eternal teachers of devotion. Every sunrise reminds us of that bond. Every hug between man and dog echoes their love, because some goodbyes are only temporary. Their story ended, but their souls never said goodbye. They remained together, beyond life, beyond time. The day of the funeral was filled with silent tears. Hundreds gathered to honor the man and his dog. 2 coffins side by side, one big, one small. People brought flowers, some brought dog toys. Even the priest struggled to speak through emotion. He said, "This isn't death, it's love reborn in heaven." Every word felt heavy, like the air carried grief. A photo of the man hugging Max stood by the altar. The same pose they were found in, eternal and pure. Children cried softly, holding their own pets close. The wind outside whispered through the church windows. Some swore they saw 2 shadows walking together, hand and paw side by side, leaving no footprints behind. The room filled with warmth no one could explain. It was as if their love still lingered there. When the coffins were lowered, birds began to sing. A white dove flew overhead, circling 3 times. People gasped. It felt like a heavenly farewell. No words could describe what hearts felt that day. It wasn't goodbye. It was see you soon. Love had turned grief into something divine, because the purest souls never truly leave. They just change their home from earth to heaven, and in every heartbeat that remembers them, they live forever bound. Even beyond the edge of time, after their passing, the town changed in quiet ways. People began treating animals with more compassion. Strangers helped strays. Shelters overflowed with kindness. Children left water bowls for thirsty dogs on streets. That one story became a mirror for humanity. Even those who never met them felt their bond deeply. Local news replayed the tale every anniversary. Each time, tears filled eyes, even from hardened hearts. The mayor named the park Max's Meadow in tribute. There, families gathered to celebrate love and loyalty. It became a place of peace, laughter, and reflection. Dogs ran free, and love bloomed in every corner. Old men sat on benches, whispering their tale to kids. They'd say, "Remember, love like Max's never dies." Artists painted murals of them beneath the stars. Poets wrote verses inspired by their unbroken bond. Even the sky seemed kinder over that small town, because one act of loyalty changed countless souls. No war, no hate, no greed, just love's echo remained. Every time someone hugged their pet tighter, they lived again. Their story became more than memory. It became movement. A ripple of kindness spreading from heart to heart. Love had turned tragedy into transformation, and the town that mourned learned to love forever. Weeks later, a sealed envelope was found at his home. It was addressed simply to whoever finds Max. Inside, a handwritten note, shaky, emotional, honest. He wrote about his life, his loneliness, his hope, and at the end, a line that made readers cry. "If love has weight, then Max carries my whole soul." He wrote that he feared dying alone one day, but he believed Max would understand and stay. "Don't be sad," he wrote, "because love never ends." Tears smudged the ink where his hand had trembled. It was as if he knew the moment was coming. His final wish was simple. Tell the world he's family. The letter was displayed at the shelter he once visited. Every visitor stopped to read and wept softly. People whispered, "He didn't die alone after all, because Max was there, just as he'd promised. Even death couldn't silence." The words of that letter, it became the town's most cherished treasure, a reminder that loyalty isn't learned, it's felt, and that sometimes goodbye is written with love. Each word carried a warmth that healed broken hearts. They realized love had written its own ending, not in sorrow, but in eternal gratitude. His letter became a prayer for all who've loved deeply. Because some stories are too sacred for time to erase. Years passed, but strange things began happening. At night, caretakers at the park heard soft footsteps. Lights flickered in the shape of paw prints on walls. Sometimes a faint bark echoed with no dog in sight. People left toys on their grave. They'd move. Overnight, a child once said she saw a man and a dog glowing. They smiled and said, "Thank you," she whispered tearfully. Locals believed their spirits still roamed peacefully, not haunting, just visiting, watching with love. Those who grieved said they felt calm there. Some claimed the air smelled faintly of rain and fur, like the moment they first met on that rainy night, a symbol of reunion beyond life and pain. Tourists visited, expecting mystery, might have found peace instead. No fear, just warmth, like being hugged from within. Every full moon, candles lit themselves near their names. No one could explain it. No one wanted to. Because some miracles are not meant to be solved. They're meant to be believed, felt, and cherished. The townspeople learned love isn't bound by death. It lingers, it watches, it guides us quietly. The man and Max had become guardians of love. Their presence reminded everyone, faith is real. Even in silence, love still speaks through light, because devotion never ends. It only transforms, forms.